Guys, you know it's bad when you pull out these, especially where I do all my trapping. Y'all stand by, I'm gonna show you what's going on real quick. All right, well, welcome back to the channel. So I'm up at a buddy's, a really good friend of mine, really great man. Property. The property, just real quick, it goes uphill this way and downhill this way. I got the sun in my face, but I will turn around here in a second and show you what I'm dealing with. So he's got pig problems, like most people do in the South, and we've been conditioning these pigs now about a week, trying to get a good head count, trying to learn their behavior, see how many boars we have, and we've not been real successful on determining if we're going to be able to catch the entire sounder or if it's some boars hanging around because there's some sows coming in heat. Now, I kind of think that's what's going on. Anyways, the sun is behind the clouds right now. I'm gonna show you what we got. So you can see how tall this overgrowth is, and he's got woods right here. If you look back there in the back, I don't know if you can tell or not, that's bottomland. It's big hardwood flats and stuff of that nature, and major creek coming through it. Well, we've got some water issues, and it's rising. Tomorrow we've got about 1.5 inches rain coming. So that's for the purpose of the mud boots. I usually either try to find an area that's high and dry to condition and everything, but sometimes you just have to go where the pigs are, and this is where the pigs are coming to feed. So that's where we set up. Now we're dealing with high water. Let's go down there and see it. Well, you guys can see I got a water issue. So they're coming out of the higher ground up there. I'm gonna call that the bedding area. There's their main trail. It comes right down in here. You know, they've been deer hunting and stuff down here, so there's corn and acorns and stuff like that. Right now it's just water and wood ducks. It's higher back here. It's higher over here. They've been feeding here for a week. So there's corn smashed down in the mud, so they're going to be able to smell that. I really don't know what to do. I don't know if I ought to move it back or set the gates right here. That's a lot of work by yourself. Got to move the camera, everything. So I'm going to take a minute and think about this, look it over. So I brought some cinder blocks because we're going to get an 1 to 1.5 inches rain tonight. We got some tornado warnings and stuff like that. So I brought cinder blocks to lift this up, just to keep the electronics out of the ground. It's higher than what I thought it was. I think it'd be a couple of days before the water that's coming down out of Arkansas into North Louisiana, into our creeks and everything, before it reaches this area. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch them in water. I've never come across this before, so I don't know if they'll stick their head and their snout down in the mud and in the water. I've never seen anything, videos or pictures or stories or anything of that nature. So maybe we ought to just leave it here, do an experiment, and see if it'll work. So I texted my buddy that is a wildlife biologist that works who controls all this water coming down out of a big lake that they fill up. It's flood control, duck hunting, stuff of that nature. I said, hey, y'all need to close the gates. You're messing up my trapping. I sent him some pictures, showed him. It ain't happening. All right, so this is what I decided to do. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up and leave it right here. I'm gonna take this panel, put it over there where the water is. They've been coming in and feeding this way, and they kind of hang out on that high ground. They've been down here in the water and stuff. Look, I'm gonna show you what they've been rubbing on the panel. Been doing it over there too. They'll just come up here and scratch on it, They get in here and water. Anyways, so I'm gonna move this over there. I'm probably gonna have to add another panel because I'm trying to make this pretty big. We got some pretty big hogs in here and aggressive, and they're fighting a lot. So I don't think it's one sounder. I think it's a sounder with a lot of boars and other hogs hanging out and around. I think that. I don't know for sure not. So I'm gonna set up, get this done. Got a big old jet flying over. Sure hope my boots ain't leaking. About to find out. That's past my ankles. So far, no leaks. All right, so I got 2 more gates to put up. I don't know if I've ever seen that right there. It's like a gate caddy that a Game Changer sells. It's an option, obviously, but when you're doing this by yourself, that is definitely a lifesaver. Go on their webpage, GameChangerTraps.com. Anyways, we get these last 2 set up, and then I need to finish putting this closed in. We'll just see what happens. Hope they do it. All right. So I got about 4 foot right there I need to do. And these are about, I think, 7 or 8 foot long. I'm losing dry ground over here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this back in this water, make it bigger, and add 1 more panel right there. I think that's what I want to do. But yeah, so far the old boots are hanging in. No water leaks. I can't tell if the water's coming up or down. I'm assuming it's still coming up. All right. It's a mess out here. All right, guys, I'm really having some doubts about this. There's just so much water. We're going to check the latch before we lift the gates up and everything, just to make sure there's no connection issue. So let me get out of here. I left the camera inside there while I was finishing up. Yeah, tearing things up for sure. Anyways, let me get it set up. We're gonna check this latch right here, just to make sure there's no corrosion on the contacts. All this work that you put into it, it's a lot of money just to get this far. You just don't want a mistake. So stand by. All right, we're gonna connect to Wi-Fi, in which it's already connected. Pull the app up. My eyeballs on. All right, so you guys probably can't see my screen very well. So we got it good. Let's see if it doesn't alarm out. All right, so it dropped. So my connections are good. So the latch is good. I need to get these gates up, and I'm gonna put corn out, and I'm actually gonna put corn in that water to see if if they go bobbing for corn. I really want to know if this is an issue with water coming up. Now, and if water was up here, obviously, yeah, but this is not even going to be touching the adults' bellies. You know, it's ankle deep on me, so what is that, 4-6 inches deep? I'm going to spread some corn out on the edges, but I'm going to put corn out there in that water. You can see I put it out there in the middle of that thing. I just threw a bunch out there. Some of it's floating, some of it's down. Put a lot up here on this edge. And I didn't put too close to the gate, because that's one thing you gotta be careful, is you want them in there. I don't know if we're gonna be able to drop tonight. I just don't. There's just too much water back there. I want the hogs in the back, not nowhere up here. We'll just have to see. I don't know if I'm ending this video here or continue on and giving you guys some video or some pictures of them in there. I really want to see if they bob their head. Y'all leave a comment. Tell me if you think they're going to bob their head to get that corn out of there, or if a lot of them's going to concentrate here, but there's corn down in there. They're going to bob it or not? Leave your comment.